We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back.
GM and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're taking a look at the tokenomics of Hxro Network's Hxro token. If you don't know anything about Hxro Network at this point, check out my video from just last week on Hxro. I'll drop a card above, also leave it at the end of this one for you as well to get acquainted with what exactly Hxro does, how it works, etc. But this will be very much token focused in this one. We'll look at the benefits of holding this token, my thesis around why you would want to stake, and also we'll dive through details such as the token distribution and where all the tokens currently lie. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and we'll jump on in. So very quick TLDR on Hxro Network. It is essentially a liquidity layer on Solana for things such as DEXs, spot, perps, derivatives, and even gambling applications to be built on top of. So they have the architecture, the foundational pieces, and these dApps that you can see on screen here in the ecosystem layout, they're building on top of Hxro. So in essence, the Hxro token is like a toll booth taking a clip of everything that gets built on top of it in terms of fees. So in my mind, when I think about Hxro Network, I think of it as a nation state in a way, and the GDP, so all of the transaction fees accrued on top of this network, you can get a clip of that and own a percentage of it by max locking and staking the Hxro token. So this has the potential for genuine passive income as the ecosystem develops overall. So we'll start here with the staking 101. So participants on the network are required to lock their Hxro tokens into a staking contract from a minimum of 1 week in duration up to a maximum of 3 years to participate in the following. Because staked wallets receive a pro rata share of 50% of all the network fees from anything that goes on top of Hxro, whether that's a new dApp, such as a perps DEX, whether it's a gambling application, all of these will be charged a fee. And as you can see, 50% of that fee, a full half, goes to the stakers' pockets. Now, what's best, the settlement currency for most of these is denominated in USDC, so genuine real yield. You can take that to the bank and you have a non-volatile instrument paying you money each and every day. The other rewards also come in the settlement tokens of Hxro itself and also Bonk, which is doing fantastically well at this moment in time. So what you do is you stake to gain a higher stake weight. The more stake weight that you have, the bigger your percentage share of this overall GDP of the Hxro nation, and thus you'll be getting more dollars, more Bonk, more Hxro rewarded to you. So this stake weight multiplier goes up in a linear scale, so up from 100% being the 7-day lock only, up to a 300% gain, so a 4x if you will, in those rewards by locking for the maximum duration, which is 3-year period. So I would essentially say that if you are locking for 3 years, you just keep locking in perpetuity. You have to see the token as a purchase at that point. And the benefit of the timing at which we find ourselves right now is that we have depressed prices in the market. So Hxro generally is quite cheap, in my opinion. Of course, not financial advice. And thus you are able to buy a larger share of all the future revenues on this liquidity layer. Now, further to this, the token itself also grants you discounts to utilizing the network. As you can see on screen here, similar to how a centralized exchange has VIP tiers for locking up a large number of coins. If your wallet has large sums of Hxro, for example, 100,000 Hxro, if you have that staked, you're going to get a 20% discount on the dexterity fees. So this will be for all the perps-based contracts and derivatives. And then for the pari-mutuels, so this is the betting applications, you can see another fee tier here again, and the discounts from 50,000 staked Hxro all the way up to 10 million, providing these big discounts you can see in the center here. The pari-mutuel fee being 5%, and the discounts go from 10% all the way up to 80% there. So power users of these various applications will want to have a large number of staked Hxro to benefit from this. This may seem quite a large number for many people, but power users, potentially institutions, will want to accrue a lot of these tokens for these discounts. Just to show you one of the apps really quick here, we have Bonk or Bust. This is where people generally come and they bet with Bonk whether the price of SOL is about to go up, which would be a bonk bet, or whether the price of SOL is going to go down in the next minute, which is a bust. So pretty much up or down. You have this 60-second timer doing a countdown here, and you can see if it is above or below this lot price, then there will be a payout to the guys who have called it correctly. Hence, as we saw earlier, there are bonk rewards to stakers because that is the settlement token for bonk or bust. So as we saw earlier, HXRO is a liquidity layer, and thus it is powered and strengthened by the ecosystem that is building on top of it. So we'll dip into Jedi's thread here, talking about the ecosystem and the products building on top of it. And you've seen this previously within DeFi, the likes of Curve, with all these protocols that build to Curve, Convex, Llamas, Frax, Redacted, etc. Well, we have that now with HXRO Network as well, as there is a lot of building and onboarding of new projects coming to the fore very quickly here using Dexterity and Spandex, which are the core primitives and the architecture of this network. So as more teams build on top of HXRO, there's a net positive for HXRO holders. This is as network revenue shares will continue to go up, the fee capture therefore goes up, and the HXRO buyback and max locks will also go up as well, because a lot of these projects are using the tech and they actually want to accumulate a large stake weight for themselves. Jedi predicted back here on July 19th that projects will likely begin to fight to get their lion's share of the network's revenue by staking their HXRO treasuries. The Pepperdex, Flowmatic, and others all coming to market, he says back here. And what we've actually started to see is this come true now as we're towards the end of 2023. Exhibit A, this is the Pepperdex tokenomics sheet. And as you can see from this, just down here, they will take some of their revenues. So DEX transaction fees, 0.025%, so 25 basis points. Of the 25 basis points fee that they charge on their DEX, they will use 20% of all those fees to buy back and stake HXRO with a max locking period to get that higher stake weight. This will therefore mean they have diversified revenue streams because by max locking that HXRO, as we saw earlier, they'll get USDC, HXRO rewards and bonk rewards as well that they can give to their stakers. Then we have Exhibit B, Flowmatic, which is a live product right now. Similarly, they're using their OFM redemptions here. I've done a full video on Flowmatic if you want to check that one out as well. From these fees though, 10% will go to buy and max staking HXRO. Again, they say the rewards from that staked HXRO will go to the FM stakers. Again, diversified revenue streams. So as you can see, the kind of conclusion from this thread here, the max staking takes additional supply from the market. These protocols building on top of HXRO want to own more stake weight. HXRO will eventually also transition to a full DAO, and thus the stake weight, that governance, is going to play a key part in the future of HXRO. So it makes sense that the builders on top of this network want a say in that. And so it is very much similar or akin to the Curve Wars. And we saw how that played out in the previous cycle. It's number go up technology, because you don't have just individual investors trying to gather as much tokens as possible. You've got protocols doing this and mandated by their tokenomics themselves. Now, a very recent update here on tokenomics was this, the treasury swap between HXRO and Bonk. So further entrenching them into the Solana ecosystem here, there has been a treasury swap. 100 grand's worth of HXRO and Bonk have been swapped between these two teams, and they will both be max staking their respective tokens. As this points out, there are 475,000 Bonk holders who have just now heard about HXRO and have it on their radar. That is very bullish indeed. Plus, what's more, Gunny also posted this as well. They're actually going to do a full airdrop to holders of the Bonk token. So as you can see towards the bottom down here, anyone holding 10 million Bonk or more will receive an esHXRO airdrop. So this means that over 50,000 Bonk wallets are about to receive esHXRO to them. Thus, this will mean a huge distribution of HXRO amongst a whole crowd of new investors. Maybe they're not DeFi investors. Maybe this will be their first taste of DeFi. So a large token distribution about to take place, potentially a much larger community about to be onboarded, seems very bullish in my opinion. And we've seen what's happened recently with airdrops. It's been a very effective way of engaging community and also being a driver of prices as well. So esHXRO is being distributed to Bonk holders. What is esHXRO? Well, it stands for escrowed HXRO. So it's not liquid HXRO, as esHXRO cannot be traded with, you have two options. Option one, esHXRO can be locked and staked to the network. We've just talked about the benefits of that to gain stake weight, governance rights, and those benefits of the revenue share. Option two, esHXRO can be claimed for HXRO. You have to take it to the claiming portal within the dApp itself and click the claim button, and it will automatically convert esHXRO into HXRO, but over a 1/365th per day. So it will take a full year for that to fully vest out to you into that end liquid amount. But in my mind, the smart thing to do here would be to add to your position, buy more HXRO and lock it, because if this thing does really rip up like I think it is going to do, you're going to have some stake weight in a thriving DeFi ecosystem that can produce you genuine real yield. Then as you can see from the bottom here, if the tokens are staked for the maximum 3 years, earned rewards are claimable on the day they're actually received. So if you've been given a free bit of HXRO, you might as well max lock it, be a part of this community, learn more about this, and earn passive income as you go. There are also some further incentives as well on this network. So if you're using HXRO or any HXRO powered dApp, you will be entitled to esHXRO rewards for actually processing any transactions in any volume. 40 million HXRO tokens have been earmarked for this purpose. That is 4% of the total supply. And as you can see from this here, there is this kind of decaying curve. So during this early stage, and this will obviously last years for this to be emitted out, there's going to be larger incentives paid out in esHXRO to users of this network. So this should drive liquidity to the network because people are being incentivized to actually participate on here and trade using these various products. And the fact that the reward token is a non-liquid version of HXRO means it can't just be farmed and dumped on the market, suppressing prices. But as we saw, it has to either be staked or vested out over 365 days. So my thinking is that a lot of this HXRO will be staked, and also all this esHXRO that's going to be circulating, because it's backed 1-to-1 with actual HXRO. For every one esHXRO that comes into circulation, that means one HXRO is not actually circulating on the market. So there is going to be a supply squeeze at some point when the flywheel really kicks off. So quick bit of price talk here, 15-16 cents, around 95 mil market cap, but indeed I think this is the correct figure to look at, 155 mil fully diluted, as these 1 billion tokens are actually really liquid, because the discount on here for Treasury, the Treasury is in fact liquid. They're not tapping into this on a regular basis, however, having checked this out on Etherscan, which I'll show you in just a sec. But these tokens are in fact actually liquid. So 1 bill is the actual supply right now, and the FTV is the circulating, in my opinion. And if we just max that chart out here, you can see big bear market, bottom comes in, we test just above bottom here, interest coming back into this thing, a nice rounded area here, a bit of a W formation, and I think this goes a lot higher. But nonetheless, let's look through the token distribution on Etherscan and Solscan. So this token operates across Ethereum and Solana. Of course, Solana is the home base for all the applications, but liquidity has been added onto Ethereum as a core due to the fact that is where most traders are and most liquidity in the industry is. So out of these 1 billion tokens, let's look at these top 3 wallets here. So the first one here is in fact the Treasury wallet with 38% of total tokens. If you dive into that, you will see not a lot of movement coming from there. So essentially most of these tokens aren't being utilized on a regular basis. The second wallet is the Wormhole token bridge. So this is in fact all the tokens that are on Solana. That number lines up with this number here, which is on Solscan, showing you the amount of tokens on Solana. So only 32% of total tokens are actually live on the Sol network. Then we have other wallets on here accounting for single-digit percentages of total supply. And a lot of these, in fact, are quite dormant. They haven't really been used in much time. And during the FTX collapse, around 9 million tokens have been lost as well from doing some research. We'll jump into Solscan here. As we saw, 32% of total supply is on Solana. And these are the 3 main wallets here. The top one is the actual staking wallet. So of all the supply on Solana, almost half of that is directly staked to the network. As you can see here, the average stake duration is over 2 years as well. So again, quite illiquid in terms of the circulating supply of this token, in my opinion. The second wallet here is the esHXRO wallet. So these are tokens that are going to vest over 365 days or will also be staked depending on what participants decide to do. Again, this makes it quite illiquid as these tokens are non-tradable tokens. And the third wallet on here is a Treasury wallet as well for the team. So from diving through those wallets and trying trying to establish what they do, where the tokens are going, what state those tokens are actually in as well, I think it's quite apparent that there's not a ton of true circulating supply here, and that if there is a bit of a spark of interest in accumulating this token, as we're going to see from all these protocols, if investors are added into the mix and there is a bull market as well, I think we can see that the HXRO Wars could be on like Donkey Kong. So the thesis in my mind is stake as many tokens as possible whilst the prices are cheap to own the greatest amount of this network possible, because this will entitle you to revenues from this network forever. Now, in the previous cycle, we had synthetics. Of course, it still exists, but it has a similar kind of product offering to what HXRO is going to do. There's dApps building on top of synthetics. There's a lot of parallels that can be drawn, but I do believe the future of DeFi will be on Solana. It's just a superior network overall that scales really well. And so if HXRO can get to synthetics' market cap, currently it has to do an 11x and will be worth $1.85. But if in the bull market it can reach the total market cap of synthetics at that previous all-time high that it achieved in 2021, the price has to 41x to $6.43, which may seem a long way off, but that really isn't pie in the sky math. So hopefully this video will serve as a good starting point to understanding the tokenomics and the value accrual of HXRO network, some of the best tokenomics I've actually ever seen in crypto, allowing for us to become a true part of their network as it grows. And we can see the growth is on the horizon here. It's going to be a big few years ahead. Hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe if you're new. See you in the next one. Peace.